Hello Gemini, thanks for joining me for the February of 2020 Taroscope with Animal Totem. This is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess, and today we're going to be using the second edition, the brand new second edition with nice dirty box of the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. And then we're going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. And then if you're a Patreon level 2 subscriber, we will also be pulling a card from the Sacred Geometry cards. These are really some high spiritual stuff, so it's almost like it's like a separate little reading when we use these cards. It doesn't necessarily tie into the first reading. It's like some higher spiritual guidance. Okay, so by the way, everybody, I got rid of the basket and I made myself a sacred vessel. This has layers and layers of intentions and other cool stuff on it. You can find a tutorial if you want to make a sacred vessel for anything, your gemstones or jewelry. You can find that on my page there. Okay, so this is for Gemini rising, Gemini sun, sign, and moon. The cards have already been shuffled in between, and now we just do our like real loose shuffle, and they're new, so they're real slippery, so it's real easy to just let them slide right out there. One more. I want to pull from a different spot. Yeah, oh, this one definitely wanted to come. Okay. So here's our spread for Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. And this is again for February of 2021. Okay, so the very first card that flipped right out there was this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So as usual, you know, when people are in reverse, this means that you do have some kind of, maybe an issue with them. You know, there's something about them that you may be having a problem or an issue with. And it does seem to be something having to do with some money situations here. So the King of Swords is coming in, and it does feel like he may be the one sort of like fixing this problem for you. And often, I'll tell you what, often the King of Swords does have something to do with law and legal. He can be a lawyer. That's not uncommon for the King of Swords to be a lawyer. Other than that, he or she may be an air sign, Aquarius, or Gemini, or Libra. Also, we're going to be in the time of Aquarius for the first few weeks until we get to the 18th and we move over into Pisces. So this could be showing up while we're in the time of Aquarius. It does seem to be like some sort of negotiations are going on, and they're offering you this pile of money or this, you know, this money thing here, and you're like, well, I'm not sure. And I think you're probably trying to get money out of this earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Or it may have go back to the time of Earth, which would have been back in Capricorn time, or it may have to do with just financial things, like financial situations. There may be some tie into that, some sort of financial situation. At any rate, it does seem like a deal can be struck. I think I'm going to put that as your headline, because that came through just straight from Spirit. A deal can be struck. Okay. Yeah, and there's some offer of money coming your way. Maybe it's something about a job, but I think for many of you it's going to tie back into this thing up here. So there's some kind of offer of money that does show up here. And you've had a disagreement, we can't, an impasse, you know, stalemate. And then we come through with something from a third party, it feels like, for many of you. And you are awarded some money. You do get some kind of a cash reward or some sort of a benefit here. Money does come your way. And it's a load lifted off your back. You feel lighter, you feel better. It's like, I can put this behind me, I'm through with this now. And this would be you. Whether you're male or female, this is going to be you down here, the air sign person. The air sign person could also be another person who is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or Libra, a fellow Gemini or Libra. This is, you know, here's your back, and this is the load, take it off your back. And you're just like, oh, you know, I can breathe again, I feel better. And you're moving toward the Six of Rods, and this is this triumph and victory. So there's like a major triumph and victory that is coming your way. You are getting some kind of acknowledgement. You win. It's a win. I'm hearing it's a win-win. You may be suing something. You may be suing your former employer, or you may be trying to get like some sort of, you know, I don't know, benefits of some sort. You know, disability potentially, or back pay, or workman's comp, or something like that. And it does look like it's coming through for you. It looks like by the end of the month, like you're sitting pretty. You're in it. You're in it to win it. That's what I just heard. Let me go ahead and start shuffling up and get our our animal totem for our Gemini friends. No special readings from me this month, just the usual fare. I do have the new deck out, so there's that, the new edition. And as always, check out, I have my books and other things if any of that interests you. But let me go ahead and get your animal totem card for our Gemini friends. I hope you can hear me. I have a little fan on in the background because there was some smell from cooking onions and stuff this morning. And I burned some smudge, but I do have a little fan on trying to kind of clear out the air. I hope it's not too noisy. I moved it to a different position. Sometimes I have that fan on. So it's in a different spot. I'm hoping that it's not picking up too much noise on there. I hope you can hear me fine. Well, I'll find out when I upload them. But here it is, the lion. The lion talks about, it's Leo energy too, I'll tell you that. And here's the thing, as I'm doing the reading on the 26th or something, it's a Sunday afternoon. The 28th, we're having a full moon in Leo. And even as we go into February, that full moon is definitely still activated. So I feel like for many of you, that full moon in Leo could be a kicking off point for whatever this is about, the 28th. And so it could be kicked off at the 28th of January and then still be, continuing on as we move forward, into the February time frame. Okay, let me read this. Read this with, I need to change glasses. Okay, let's see here. Majestic, generous, fierce, and proud, courageous king of the beasts, sublime leadership inspires loyalty, delegate authority, then bask in the sun. Yeah, I think this is the delegating of the authority right here. I think that this King of Swords is going to be negotiating on your behalf. I mean, he could be like a headhunter or an agent or somebody too. It might not be like a lawsuit. I do feel like he is negotiating on your behalf. He or she, I have to put that in there. It could be anybody. They're negotiating on your behalf, and it does look like most of this is going to be, been taken care of or well underway during the first few months of, the first few weeks of the month while we're still in the air sign energy here. Well, we're still in the air sign energy, and we still are in the sign of Aquarius at that time. So yeah, Leo too, I think of Leo, again, that's why I switched it to maybe it could be agents, because I think of Leo as like the performer or show business. It's a lot of times Leo has that vibe, somebody who's on stage. So, or fame, there could be fame, you might be dealing with some famous people, quote unquote. Or this might be something that's going to catapult you into fame. It could catapult you into fame even if you're not going to be famous in the way that we think of it. Maybe you're going to be the most famous, realtor in your area or something, or the most famous, scientist who makes some discovery. Fame isn't just like social media influencers and stuff like that. Fame is, notoriety. That's what I want to say. And that goes along well with this card as well. I'm picking that up strong as this notoriety thing. Looks good. I might have to change that thing to fame or some kind of a fame thing, but we'll see. Here's the reading. Let it resonate with you. Look it over. Let these words kind of pop out at you, because that's how you can really get a true message just for you by using these cards or just using these video readings with the cards in them. Let those words move around and work their magic, because it definitely, especially with you Gemini, because that's your thing. Words are your thing. Gemini Mercury, that's you all day long. You're all about the words, right? Yeah, and if you see stuff in them, definitely leave it in the comments. I'm always interested to hear that. But at any rate, this is the reading. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you want to find out anything more about how to get my books, this is a book I wrote, and it's all about channeled material. It's really some higher, deep stuff. If you want to get a reading or different things I offer, the decks, the books, it's all below, above. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate so much everything that you do for me and my channel. Don't forget, if you're Patreon level 2, there's going to be 3 more cards pulled over here for our Patreon people. And this is going to be from the Sacred Geometry. This is really deep, and I'm doing them in order, so you're the 3rd reading I've done today. And it's kind of... it really hasn't applied directly to the reading because it's like so higher spiritual growth stuff, but the messages that come through on them are very powerful. So, you know, if you're interested, you might want to check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and have a great month of February, and we'll speak to you soon.